anymore, but I'm just using it as an example. All right, so we have again receives any large sum of money. So we actually have collaboration receives any large sum of money, kind of going across the board, hitting all the different marks right here. So that is why LIFE is up. Again, everything we talk about, I want to make it a learning experience. I want you guys to have confidence, and I want you guys going in the day knowing why these plays are up and building the credibility behind them, right? So LIFE, what would be the plan as of now? What do we see as of now? Well, right now I'm seeing LIFE with around a 695 to 680 support, right? Somewhere right around that area because it bounced at 685 a few times and it also cracked underneath it once. So we got 685 support and also cracked underneath it one time or so. Now, if this stock does start getting buying momentum, where could it run up to? All the way up to $8, right? If it breaks through $8, where would action start moving to? Where would volume start moving to? Where would that hype start moving to? That 875 mark. So LIFE, is this one we want to watch at the bell? Absolutely. Low float stock, good news. 685 support, $8 top resistance. Target would be 875. All right. Now, it's a little bit tricky to know which way this is going to be heading at the bell. If it does start falling on down, we can look for a bounce play. If it starts ripping right away, you can try to hop in with a little bit of momentum. We'll see how this play is going to open on up to see if any sort of volume does go into it, but this will be one of the most watched plays right at the start, 100%. Okay? What else do we have going on right now? LLEX, right? So LLEX, this is a play that is an oil stock. So whenever we have these oil plays, why are they up? Well, everything we just talked about with our current events, right? We know we have, some tension going on with Iran right now. So with LLEX, this play and oil moving up per barrel, we are seeing this able to climb. So is this play going to, spike, super hard? I don't think so. But is it one that you want to be watching? Yes, just because of everything that's going on. But I don't think this would be your big money maker on the week, to be honest, or the big money maker on the day, to be honest. I think there would probably be some better plays out there. All right, CLOUB Club doesn't really have too much hype towards it. Doesn't really have any sort of volume, a lot of dash lines. We're gonna skip that one. GHSI. Let's go back to about a 3-minute time frame right now, so we can kind of see the whole entire day. GHSI had a nice climb on Friday, and why did GHSI have a nice climb on Friday? This had, let me see if it makes it smaller. Yep. If I make it smaller, you can see a little better. This had that perfect squeeze pattern, right, guys? What do we always look for in our chart setups? We look for this pattern right here, right? Where we have that 50-day 13 EMA squeeze. Doesn't even have to be these two squeezes. We just try to find something that looks along these lines with our indicators. And you could see, the squeeze pattern that leads to the pop getting nice little break and a nice big run. So GHSI does have that nice little squeeze setup right here, and we may be able to see continuation. Break of 50 cents, GHSI could get some good hype towards it. GHSI could get some good momentum towards it. Now, does GHSI have any sort of news? I don't believe so. November 14th was last news. Last filing I see December 30th. So again, December 30th wasn't that long ago, but again, that was still about a week ago now. So we want to see if GHSI could ever break through 50 cents. But, it doesn't have any news. It is running purely off chart setup. Speaking of purely chart squeeze patterns and chart setups, here's a nice little list. Boom, just posted that for you right there. There's a nice list. All these stocks right here all have great squeezes towards them. So all those stocks have great squeezes towards them that could all lead to some nice rip and nice runs. For instance, let's see, TBLT, 13 EMA swooping on the bottom, 50-day moving average led to a nice little pop. Stock trying to get a little bit of a gap up and maybe a little bit of a run today, right? ADXS, this stock this week could possibly break that 200-day moving average and squeeze and possibly get a nice big rip and a run, right? YTEN, this stock right here, right? 13 EMA, 50-day moving average. Stock trying to squeeze itself, get a nice pop, get its nice run. BLCM, stock again, ready to rock and roll if it could ever break that 200-day moving average. Break of that 200-day moving average at 170, stock could rip and stock could run. ONTX, what do we got here? ONTX, same exact pattern. You guys know the drill. Break of 50 cents. That's where that thing can start going. EROS, that one's already starting to move up a little bit. EROS, look at this. Already trying to break through that 200-day moving average at 385. This play could definitely get some nice momentum towards it. And then TEDU, this stock is trying as well to break through it. So all these plays right now have some great potential to continue to move, and that's why I want to write them down. Whenever I see these plays that have these nice squeezes, I always say to myself, all right, these could definitely lead to some nice rips or be some nice little swing trades. Right, all these plays could be some nice little swing trades as well. So maybe it's something I just want to check out. Maybe something I want to jump on and hold for a little bit. Right. So those plays all have potential. So far, again, what do we have? We have LIFE, we 100% want to keep on watch. LLEX, which we want to watch, yes, but I don't expect that to be the big time moneymaker on the day. CTIB, again, this is a 1 million in float play, but this stock doesn't have much volume. It did come out with an 8K this morning. If we go over and check out CTIB in the filing department, it did have an 8K. And the 8K talked about having an agreement. So we had an agreement right here, a non-binding letter of intent. CTIB, is this good? Yes. Is it amazing? No. It doesn't really have much volume towards this play, but since it is 1 million in float, we know how fast this could pick up. Right? Since this play is 1 million in float, we know how fast this play can run. We know how fast this play could start bringing in that big time volume if we start seeing this play catch the mob, catch the fire, catch the hype, right? So is it what I want to look at? Yes, but solely just because it has that hype right here. Little side note, we just had a brand new press release come out. CANF says new data that just came out at 9:18 right here. New data that induces weight loss. Didn't we already see this press release? This is a repeat, right? So what do we have? CANF. Let's look at this right here. I'm pretty sure we just saw. Didn't we just see this last week? New data induces weight loss. Yeah, right here. Yeah, we had that on Friday. New data induces weight loss. I was like, didn't we just see this press release? I was so confused by that. So I saw CNF come out, and then I saw new data, and I'm like, oh, let's go, because that should lead to a nice big spike. But I was like, oh, that's a repeat, right? So yeah, whenever we see those plays that come out with the same press release over, that's when they don't get hype, or if anything, they'll get a quick little spike as people think it's new, and then usually get dumped on. So you always want to stay away from plays that have come out with the same exact news, right? And when a stock comes out with the same exact news, it usually leads to quick little hype, and people are like, "Wait a minute, this already came out. Oh, I want to get out," and it dumps on off. So I saw that for a moment as that just came out with some press releases. EYEG just came out with a direct offering that could lead to definitely a little bit of a drop. So be careful. Again, whenever a stock comes out with an offering, you always want to stay away. All right, that should be good there. What else do we have going on today? NNVC, 2 million in float play. Let's check that out. NNVC, January 6th, receives cash, $2.25 million. Okay, well, keywords look for in hot press releases. Receives, one-star word, any large sum of money. So we have our two-star word receives, our one-star word, any large sum of money. So what are we receiving? $2.25 million. We also have NNVC, 2 million in float. So we have a low float stock receiving a good amount of money right here. NNVC is trying to break that 200-day moving average. Where's that 200-day moving average right now? That looks like it's right around that 395 mark. That might be a nice area to look for a bounce play. Back down to the 200-day moving average around 395. The stock catches fire at 2 million in float and starts ripping and running up to $5. So NNVC, something I may want to be watching as well. So let me type out stocks to kind of watch at the bell, because I know I talk about a lot, but I always, kind of filter it all out for you. So what do we need to look at? LIFE, do we need to watch this? 100% absolutely. Do we need to watch LLEX at the bell? No, I don't need to watch it at the bell, so I don't want to put it on the list just to confuse you. CTIB, do I want to watch CTIB at the bell? Yes, I do, just because it's 1 million in float and has news towards it, but it's not going to probably be my number one play, absolutely, but it is something I want to watch. TBLT does have that squeeze pattern. Little gap up. I'm going to put it right here, but if my list gets too long, I'm definitely going to delete it. NNVC, something I do want to watch out for, because this is a 2 million float play that could definitely get some hype towards it. So LIFE, CTIB, TBLT, and NNVC, all plays I want to be looking at. Is there anything else that at the bell I want to be checking out? At the bell, yes, we do want to keep our eyes peeled over on SAVA. SAVA is also one that we need to be looking at the bell, because SAVA, this was actually our chart setup press release right here. So our chart setup press release that we said no news today on the stock. This has been hot for 3 weeks now, as we have seen insider buying in it ever since December 16th. 1095 is Friday's high resistance. This is pure continuation pure continuation day after day, as traders' thoughts are if the CEO is buying it, it must be good. So it keeps going. So if you guys don't know what I mean right here, if you look at SAVA under the filing, 4 and 4, 4 and 4, 4 and 4, 4 and 4, etc., etc., etc. What are 4 and 4s? They are all insider buying. So that means the CEO is buying shares of this play. And since the CEO is buying shares of the play, the thought process is if the CEO is buying it, it must be good. So this stock just keeps going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher without any signs of really slowing down. It just keeps going, going, going. So SAVA, is this one we want to watch? Absolutely. SAVA, is this one that is gapping up once again? Yes, it is. SAVA is going to have some resistance at 1095, which is the old high of the day right here from Friday. And then it also has some pre-market highs up towards around 1125. So will SAVA have some volume towards it? Absolutely, at the bell. Absolutely. So these are kind of the top stocks I want you guys to focus on, watching at the bell. Definitely plays that could bring in, a lot of big time potential and could lead to the best time spiker today. Now, does that mean that's the only things that we should be watching? No, there are some other plays that you may want to keep on the back burner. PSTV. PSTV is a newer IPO play of like last about 6 months ago, which came out talking about achieved in 2019, poised for expansion in 2020. Not the biggest press release, but could get a little bit of fire. We have CLRB with a little bit of a press release this morning, NSPR with a little bit of a press release this morning. But if those start popping up on the high of the day momentum scanner, we will be 100% ready for those. So we'll be 100% ready for those if those start popping up on the high of the day momentum scanner. I'm thinking about, I want to put on the ones that, have some of the best potential right at the bell. GHSI, again, has the same exact chart setup as TBLT. Again, looking for the squeeze pattern. Like if you look right here at TBLT, right? So that's TBLT's chart pattern. And then I click GHSI's chart pattern. It's almost the same exact thing, where the stock has that 13 EMA 50-day moving average squeeze, right? So, if you guys are voting for TBLT, you guys can also, again, assume that's also GHSI. You're basically voting for like some sort of squeeze pattern that could lead to a nice rip and a nice run right there. So these are our options. Once again, number one, we have LIFE. LIFE is the number one top gainer in the market this morning. This stock is up 68%, 2 million in float, came out with a collaboration agreement. Very good, very solid press release. Has all the right reasons to be up. $6.95 support with top $8 resistance. Break of $8, $8.75 would be the target. Okay, what else do we have? We have CTIB. CTIB is going to be a stock we want to look at. And why? Well, this stock is up 36%. It did come out with a filing in 8K talking about a agreement as well with an intent of a binding agreement over on CTIB. So again, the 1 million in float play is really what's helping this play out. We also have like TBLT and GHSI. Those are, two squeeze patterns that could possibly lead to some nice ripping and nice running. We also have NNVC. NNVC, this could be a little bit of a sleeper pick. This is a 2 million in float stock. The stock did come out with a press release this morning talking about receives cash of $2.25 million. So again, that play NNVC could easily get some hype. And last but not least, we have SAVA, which does not have any sort of news, but SAVA has all the insider buying towards it, which has led to a lot of big time momentum over the past few weeks. All right. So let's set this up. Let's take a chat vote and let's see what you guys are thinking, saying what stock will do the best today. So what stock's going to do the best today? Is it going to be that bad boy of LIFE? Is it going to be CTIB? Is it going to be, I would even put TBLT / GHSI if you guys are liking the squeeze. And then we're also put NNVC and then SAVA. All right. So what stock would do the best today? Everyone look at the live stream and go ahead and cast your vote. So everyone go vote. Let's see what everyone's looking at. Thunder Trading, appreciate it. Again, also have some low float squeezes. Again, an awesome job. Love again when you post those lists right there. Awesome work. I'm also just going to post, I'm going to take a little screenshot right here of our morning newsletter and put that in chat if you guys do not have it, but everyone should have this in your email. That's, some of our plays on our morning watch list. Market opens up in about 2.5 minutes, guys. Make sure, again, you guys are casting your votes so we're all set, ready to rock and roll for a brand new day ahead. Very excited to see what this day is going to be bringing, and very excited to see what this week's going to be bringing. As you guys know, February 3rd, Monday, February 3rd is going to be kicking off our $100,000 account. That is when things are going to start getting really crazy and things are going to start getting really fun. So that is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited about that. You guys also know within probably the next week, we're going to have the chat room stay open 24/7. And probably within about the next 2.5 weeks, you guys are going to start seeing some other, traders streaming on tradecaster.com. Not only will you guys have access to my live stream, but you will have access to their live stream as well. So a lot of cool stuff. All right, let's see what you guys are voting on. Everyone cast your vote if you guys have not yet. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Share the results. Stop the poll. LIFE, pretty big blowout right here. That's half the chat room. Half the chat room is looking over on LIFE this morning. So we have 49% of you guys focusing on LIFE at the bell. Let's switch this over towards a 1-minute time frame. We're going to see if this stock's going to be able to break away on LIFE. After that, you guys are going for the squeeze patterns. So after that, you guys are looking for the squeeze setups. Okay, I like it. I like what you guys are thinking. Getting the nice little squeeze setups. And then we also have SAVA, which could definitely get some hype. I'm going to put SAVA on the bottom level 2 to start with, just because I expect it to be a little hotter. What are you thinking? I definitely think, of course, LIFE is going to get a little jumpy at the bell. I would say if you're looking for the bounce play, it's right around 685 to start. For dip at 685 or 680 for hopefully that run up to $8. If the stock does start shooting right up right away, 750 is going to be light resistance. So I'm going to put a 750 light resistance line with $8 as the top. Your main target is going to be 875 if it does break out completely. Okay. I do like NNBC as well, and if this stock could start getting going, maybe for like a red to green move. All right. So LIFE opening on up. This stock again, it definitely has some good volume. The market is now live, and let's see what's going to be happening. So right now, again, LIFE trying to kick off this day and start getting a little bit of hype and a little bit of momentum towards it. So 750, we know this is going to be a lighter resistance line, bottom support all the way back down. Just hit 750, now just came back down towards around the 685, 690 mark. Let's see if that's going to be able to hold on up. So you can see a little bit of a pullback right back down towards around that 690-ish mark. Stock is really jumpy right now. If anything, again, the safer to get in is lower the better. So lower the better, of course, for safe to get in. And right now, again, if you got in on that pullback, great job. 750, still again light resistance, and then you got your pre-market highs all the way up near around $8. The stock is a little bit jumpy at this time, about a 7-cent spread. SAVA, a little bit of a $10 bounce. And we're going to be seeing, you guys know the plan on that play. Right now, buying right at 725 though is a little bit risky. Why? Because the stock could break 750, it could fall back down to 685. We'll see. Right now, 750 holding up as a resistance line. We'll see again if this is going to be able to hold on up. If it can break 750 in a strong manner, we do know that the stock could run up to $8. Now, last week, we did not see many plays break out through resistance. We saw many plays come up to the resistance and then get denied and get stuffed, right? Let me check out NNVC real quick as well. NNVC, this stock's starting to fall on down. If NNVC could ever U-shape back up and break $4, I may look for there as well. This stock would be a nice play, as this stock had what? It said that 200 or excuse me, that $2 million payment, and it's 2 million in float. So I would keep NNVC still on my back burner as well. Have not pulled the trigger on anything yet. SAVA still, just getting a little, or excuse me, LIFE getting pretty jumpy. SAVA starting to come back on down. So far, for 20 counts, RTTR is the only 20 count so far, along with LIFE when it got a quick little pop. So LIFE got a quick little pop, and that put a 20 count. And then we also have RTTR, a little bit of a squeeze pattern, which has a little bit of a 20 count as well. CTIB, there's your first count of the day. And what do I mean by 20 count? You notice it says counts right here. Usually when a stock hits over a 20, it just shows it has good volume and good attention. When a stock only hits one, that means it's only had one new high of the day. It's not moving up that hard. When a stock hits, 30, 32, obviously a lot of people are looking at this play because it has hit 32 new high of the days, right? So again, we always look for stocks that are hitting high 20 counts, as those are the ones that obviously have some sort of attention and some sort of volume towards them. All right, now SAVA trying to hold $10. SAVA trying to hold that $10 area. The stock did close off at around 970 on Friday. So that could be a bounce play area, because 970 would be detailed support. Detailed support, previous close. If you guys are looking, possible bounce play over there. We do have CTIB starting to pick up a little bit. 7 count now. Now it has a 9 count. This is a 1 million in float stock. CTIB has a 10 count now, starting to get a little bit more buying momentum. This stock does have about an 8-cent spread. So the stock does have a pretty solid spread towards it, especially for such a low price play and a low float. This could get into a little bit, could get some volume behind it. CTIB had the letter of intent to be buying shares, and I will post that. That form, so you guys can check that out, because right now CTIB January 6th starting to get a little bit of volume. If you did not see CTIB's news, CTIB, here it is. I have not traded anything yet today. I am still kind of waiting to see where the consistent play is going to be heading. So I am not in anything just yet. Little heads up for you guys. Right now, just kind of looking around, seeing where we're at, seeing where this volume is going to be heading, seeing where this momentum is going to be going. So again, just seeing what's going to be coming on up. I apologize if the live stream froze there for a second. Every now and then, if I don't constantly keep checking my TD Ameritrade, it for some reason closes itself. So I had to reopen my TD Ameritrade account, and whenever I open up my TD Ameritrade, the live stream freezes for about 10 seconds. But we're all good now. But you guys could see 0 out of 0. Not in on anything yet today. I just want to be open, honest, credible, and transparent. All that good stuff for you guys. Right now, again, looking for that next play, seeing what's going to be coming on up next. Zildjian fan, has anyone had TOS issues today? I know TOS has just been having, I feel like everyone has been having problems on broker-wise since 2020. But I have not made any trade yet, so I don't know of any issues so far. CTIB still trying to hold on up. Nothing on NNVC as well. NNVC has just been falling. So look at this. Everyone's saying, is TOS laggy right now? Yes, yes, yes. Definitely down right now. Always couldn't get out of any market orders. Well, that's not very encouraging at the moment. That's not what I want to hear from TOS. So I feel like a lot of people have been having some issues, with TD Ameritrade lately. TD Ameritrade and even E-Trade. Remember my trade on Friday, guys? I couldn't even get out of it. Right now, CTIB is trying to come back up towards, trying to get up towards that 135-ish mark right now. So right now, CTIB, this stock's trying to come up towards that 135-ish mark. What plays can we look at? Again, we're 6 minutes in the market. What can we be looking at right now? LIFE, guys, is, again, trying to do what? make a little bit of a U-shape pattern right now. LIFE trying to U-shape on up, trying to get a spike up to 750. This is where volume is still looking at right now over on LIFE. LIFE's trying to U-shape. LIFE's trying to break through 750, and it wants to get to that $8 mark. Okay? It has that 685 support. It has that 750 top resistance, and the stock is still having some trouble. We also have CTIB. CTIB, this play is a stock that is only 1 million in float. Stock doesn't have as much volume, but it is looking to break that 135 mark. It actually just hit a new high of the day at 138. So CTIB has 1 million in float and is slowly getting some attention towards it. So CTIB starting to pick up just slightly right now, as this play again does have that filing, only 1 million in float. People are trying to get something going on it right now. So again, we still have LIFE rejection at 750, right? And this is very strong resistance. Then we have CTIB main watch as of now, as traders are trying to push a 1 million in float stock. 150 resistance. And this is starting to break down a little bit. So traders are trying to get something going right here. Look at this guy, CTIB starting to move. CTIB starting to get more volume towards it. CTIB starting to get a little bit more hype. Now, this stock does have a credible press release towards it, but the real reason why this stock is running is just because it's 1 million in float. And since traders say this is a 1 million in float play, they say to themselves, wow, we could push this all up if we all start buying it at the same time. So this play is trying to catch a little bit of fire behind it just because of how small it is. Now, if you guys want to hop in, you definitely can. It looks like it's about to get halted anyway. So look at this. CTIB just got halted on this play. I know some of you guys are having problems with TD Ameritrade, which is a little unfortunate. I know that, but right now CTIB just got halted, and this is solely from what traders just saying, hey, you know what? This is a 1 million in float stock. Let's try to push this on up. Who would tell me? Who can tell me what's the target? What's the target on CTIB? If you had to take your best guess of saying where do traders want to push this stock up to, where were they going to try to get it up to? That's what I like to see, guys. Perfect answers right there. 245, right? That's where traders want to push this stock up to. Traders want to push it right there, right? Because right there is the main target and main resistance line that everybody sees. Everyone sees the 200-day moving average. Everyone notices this is 245. People are seeing that the stock is halted. And right now, people are saying in their heads, hey, you know what? The main target I want to get to is the 200-day moving average, right? So that is where people are going to be looking towards. And I love how so many people answered that question and said, straight up, it's the 200-day moving average, right? So that's beautiful. That is absolutely what I love to hear, that you guys are, of course, learning and knowing exactly where you guys need to be looking for kind of the main resistance line. So this stock just got halted. Now, if you're saying, Deck, can we buy right after the hold? There's definitely, great potential to buy right out of the hole. I always like to put a little bit of a bounce play down towards, right below it to see if it gets a quick little pullback and then possibly shoot on up from there. So that's what I usually like to do. So that's probably what I'm going to do on CTIB. I like to put a little bit of a limit order down low. If that stock gets filled, then it could possibly go on that nice big run. But if you guys are, just looking to get in right at the bell saying, oh, Deck, I'm going to just hold it until it gets up to 245, that's definitely an option as well, because it may not gap down, especially if there's a lot of buyers. CTIB was one that we were all looking at, but what just happened? People all started jumping in on it. We definitely saw a little bit of a mob shift. LIFE right here. What time did LIFE start falling? We can all agree probably LIFE had the majority of the volume. Right at the start, a lot of people were looking at LIFE. LIFE got this final push. What time did it start dumping? 937, right? 938, 939. What time did CTIB start spiking on up? Right? 936, 937, 938. Notice, once the number one top gainer starts falling, notice when LIFE starts falling off, we see CTIB start spiking on up. And that's because everyone's leaving the old play and going into what they hope to be the next new play. So that's, where everyone is at. And out of I just want to type out right here. CTIB halted 245, 200-day moving average target, 165 support for a bounce if you want it out of the hold, right? So it'd be right around that 260 to 265-ish mark is where the stock would be looking for a bounce play. Nope. Again, CTIB had a press release this morning. Again, we went over that. I posted that link a couple times over in chat. It's also an alert chat as well. CTIB is a low float stock, but the stock also has what? It has a press release right there. CTIB got halted at 9:38 and 45 seconds. That means the stock is going to get unhalted at 9:43 and 45 seconds. So definitely make sure you guys are ready for that. So right now we're just watching. Trade Life was TOPS news on after I was good enough to affect it today. Again, we only got 45 seconds. I mean, TOPS definitely is something you want to watch. If it ever breaks the 50-day moving average, that's when you'll get hype. Break of the 50-day moving average, that's when you'll get a lot of hype. That's when you'll get a lot of potential. So CTIB guys, we're gonna get unhalted here in about 25 seconds. Okay, we can either be looking for a bounce play down low towards maybe around 160, 155 to even 165 area, anywhere around there, or we can look to get in right after it opens on up. So I'm looking down low. That's just me. I like to play a little bit safer. I like to look down low and then to see if I can get filled for the stock to shoot on up. But if it gaps up and goes, then yes, obviously you're not going to get filled on the dip. So right now CTIB is back. CTIB is back. I want to see if it's going to drop down low real quick. It might just go right up to that 215 mark. Right now, again, I'm looking for any sort of entry somewhere around here-ish. But again, it looks like right now it's still moving on up. I'm still going to look for a little bit of a bounce, though, if it comes down low. And I'm looking more down towards maybe low 160s, even high 150s, just somewhere around that area, because I still want to see that 200-day moving average target get hit. And right now it's still going. If you guys are in, again, 245 is the main target. If you guys are in, 245 is the main target right now. So again, right now we're going to hopefully, again, I want it to hit that 245 target. It'd still be great for a bounce play regardless. Right? Still be great for a bounce play regardless. But right now, good job if you guys are in on this play looking to make a quick little profit. I was looking for a little bit of a bounce. No red candles yet on this stock. No red candles yet on this play. We still have not hit that 245 mark. We gotten up towards highs though, around 225. 225 is the high so far. Still looking for a little bit of a break. And as I said, I want to look for a bounce play down towards around 160-ish. Now, why am I looking there? Well, that's also what? The old spiking high. So around that old spiking high is where I think we can look for a possible bounce. So again, that's going to hold up as support because that's old resistance. We still have our target, though, right here. Right now, you just had a 10K order go through. 10K order just went through. CTIB, 238. Just at 245 CTIB. Pay the team out. Pay the team. They deserve it. Anything above like that 230 mark, though, guys, lock in something. Like right now, you guys are having orders up at 229. If you guys are in on it, don't be greedy, right? I'm not here to, tell you exactly what to do in every moment. But if you guys are seeing that this stock, like anything above 220, 225, and you guys are in at a lower price, don't be greedy. We just ran up to 238. Traders may start selling their profits soon, saying, hey, that's close enough to the 200-day moving average, right? So definitely be careful on that area that we would love, yes, to see the stock go higher, but 238 is pretty close to 245, and traders may start locking in some gains. Right now, the stock is definitely getting weaker here. Definitely getting a little bit weaker here. And that ran all the way on up right there. So that was awesome. That was awesome to see. Great spike, great move. A little bit before the 200-day moving average, but you guys definitely kind of understand what's happening right there on that play. And that play just really ran. It really caught that fire just because of how low of a float it is. Now you might say, Deck, are you still going to look for a bounce play? I'm still going to look for a bounce play. I'm still going to look for a bounce on this play. As long as it doesn't get halted on the downside, I think I'm still going to look for a bounce on this thing. So I do want to see if this is going to be able to hold on up at all, be able to get any sort of bounce. And again, I'm looking at the old spiking area. What is LIFE doing? LIFE is not doing anything right now. That stock may try to U-shape up and around though. And again, what does LIFE look like? LIFE looks like a play that would possibly break out when it breaks the VWAP, right? LIFE, I mean, the VWAP's a little closer here. I could imagine the stock still U-shaping back on up though, right? I mean, it's still the same game plan as it was over on LIFE. So I am actually watching, LIFE, since CTIB is starting to crash now, could volume run back over to LIFE? Good job again, traders, making that bank. Make sure you guys throw that over in profits chat. That is absolutely awesome. I love seeing those gains. You guys absolutely destroyed it. So again, fill up profits chat the way you guys do. You might be saying, Deck, are you still looking for a bounce play on the stock? Is it still something that interests you? I'm still interested on it over on CTIB. Am I a little bit concerned on the bounce play? Yes, because I can definitely see that volume's getting a little bit lighter and we already hit our target. That's my main concern. Get into this bounce play before we hit our target, right? Because our target was that 200-day moving average. So it's always best to hit the 200-day moving average before the target, or excuse me, to get filled before the target, because then traders are still saying, hey, we haven't reached our goal yet. Since we've already reached our goal, right? People may just be like, oh no, I'm done with this play. I already hit my target. So that's my only kind of no about it now, is that, I wanted to get filled before we ran up to 245, so I could say to myself, all right, let's get to 245. Since we already hit 245, or again, 230, 239, close enough where traders said, hey, you know what? I'm going to lock in my profits now. That's kind of what we're at. So right now, I'm still going to sit back a little bit, but it's great to see CTIB. Great to see so many people make money on that play. And on top of that, guys, it's great to see, again, it came right up to that 200-day moving average. PLUG starting to move up a little bit. See you guys talking about that play. I also, again, still have, I think LIFE could still do a little something, something. I think LIFE, again, still could do a little something, something as well. As long as this stock LIFE doesn't fall beneath like 675, I think LIFE could definitely, work its way on up and possibly start getting some big time volume again. So I will say what we have right here, LIFE 675, still holding as main support, and as long as it holds, this stock is in play. Crack, it's starting to crack a little bit right now. Crack of 675 is when this play will be done. Right? Break of $7. Watch for buying volume. Right now, you also have CTIB trying to get back on up. So again, make sure you guys still keep your eyes on LIFE. JAGX, I'm not really the biggest fan of JAGX, to be completely honest with you. And that's just because JAGX usually fades off and doesn't really spike, or when it does spike, it just gives all its gains back. Like looking at past chart history pattern, looking at past chart history pattern, you can see all it does is really fall anyway. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of it. But yeah, the only way I'd play JEGX, and this is just because I've been in the market for a long time. I know JEGX usually fades on off. Look at this, CTIB still going. So unless there's like some sort of crazy news, I can't play that play. Look at this guy, CTIB, back in the game, coming all the way on up. I believe it just got halted again. So look at this, CTIB back in the game, ready to rock. So I think CTIB halted once again on this play. Wow, definitely a little bit crazy right there. See this play U-shape on up and just start getting a little bit of a killing all the way back on up towards that 200-day moving average. So again, CTIB not going down without a fight. Yep, exactly. Look at this. Bounced off the VWAP, held a good amount of gains, 40% as we would say. And then again, start going on that nice big spike on up. So awesome work right there. That was absolutely perfect. And again, this stock, continuing to move on up. Now again, that 245 mark most likely will hold up as support. If the stock starts falling, it would come back down towards around the VWAP. Seems like the best support line as of now for that bounce. But if CTIB opens up with some fury, this stock could just take on off, possibly all the way up to where? $3, right? So CTIB, what would be the next target? Next target is all the way up towards around 334. Next target on the stock up towards around that 334ish mark. That'd be the money line, right? Because look at the past. Back in February, 334. Back in March, April, 334, right? May, 334. July, June, all these areas, 340. So this is the new money line right here, CTIB, new target. CTIB, new target. The 340 mark. So that is where we want to see. Now, I definitely, if I'm pulling the trigger, I'm pulling the trigger on CTIB now because that it's kind of proving, that this play is wanting to spike. It's proving that this play, wants to continue to move. Yep, exactly. If you guys did not watch the video right here, just go to video library, dips versus reversals. What's the difference? You guys need to check out this lesson. And why do you guys need to check out this lesson? Well, because it goes over what we just saw on that dip area, right? It goes over what we just saw on that dip mark. And that talks about having, just a certain percentage amount of pullbacks. It's talking about CTIB right now holding 40% of its gains, right? All very important. You guys can also check it out right here. A pullback video. I posted it on YouTube as well. Make sure you guys go check it out. Give it a thumbs up. Right now, CTIB got halted at 9:51 and 38 seconds. So that means we're going to get unhalted at 9:56 and 38 seconds. So it's about a minute and a half from now. Bounce play. I mean, let's see where this thing opens on up. It looks like it's going to have a gap up most likely. 215 is probably where the VWAP's going to come up to. This thing could be one of those plays. I don't want it to. I kind of do and kind of don't want it to be. It's going to be one of those plays, I think, where it's just going to keep going, going, going. And for the people that are in on it are going to love it. And the people who are not in on it are going to say, where can I get that entry? Right? Where can I get that entry? Right? So I know that could definitely happen. Did it just come out with a new press release? Let's see. January. Nope. I don't see any sort of new PR, JT. So if you have any sort of new press release, please post it. I do not see anything on the equity feed scanners at all. So again, if I buy this play, it's definitely going to be coming on out. Nope. Again, that's not a new press release that came out this morning. So if you're saying like 9:54 a.m., CTIB actually came out with that filing at 6 a.m. this morning, which is the same thing that I've been posting. So CTIB, non-binding letter of intent. Yep, right here, same exact thing. Again, equity fee got that at 6 a.m. this morning. That's what I put in the morning newsletter for you guys. So if it's just coming up on your, TOS or Newswire right now, it's a couple hours late there. So right now, here it goes, guys. 8 seconds. CTIB coming back to life in 8 seconds. And just be ready for any trade because, again, this thing could definitely drop, could spike. I know a lot of you guys are eager on this type of play. It looks like we're going to be having a gap up. There's up to 260. 270. I mean, this thing is still going right now. And again, where's the profit target? 340 is what we want. 340 is what we want if this thing does start going on up on a big time spike and rip. CTIB still going right now. I knew it was going to be one of these plays. It's one of these plays where if you're not in, you're saying, I don't want to chase because I know I'm just going to get, hurt if I chase on it. But you're also saying it just keeps going, right? It's one of those plays you really have to fight your emotions on saying, okay, what should I do? Whenever I get caught in these plays, I always feel so bad because I always say, don't chase, don't chase, don't chase. And then I hop in and then I end up taking a loss. And I know that stinks and that sucks. So what do I always like to do? I always try to get in at least on a bounce play opportunity. I know a bounce play at least, I'm going to be able to, feel good about myself on getting in on that play. Right now, if it breaks you $3, again, you're looking for 340. If it breaks you $3, you're looking up to 340. Next bounce play area, probably back down towards around that 240-ish mark. Here it goes, guys, up towards, again, 308, 310, 324, 333. Hit it. Hit it. Pay the team, baby. Oh, man, what do we get? 333? Come on, hit my target at least. Even though I'm not in this play, I just want to feel good about you hit my target. Just so I look like a little bit of a baller. Okay, so right now, 333, we hit that high, which is really close. Again, look at the chart. Look at the chart right here, right next to our money target. Right next to our money target so far of that 340-ish mark. Right, look how perfect that is. So far, the stock is still just, moving on up beautifully. Now, again, will it have bounce plays? Absolutely. But I knew this was going to be one of those plays that just, is going to keep going, going, going. And all it was saying, oh, don't chase, don't chase. But I mean, I just knew it was just because it was such a low float play and had good volume. So you're saying, Deck, well, if you knew that, why didn't you hop in on it? Well, again, it's just because, it's really tough to do. You're chasing this play. The stock is up currently 280%. I'm 100% chasing it. So, what kind of example do I lead if I'm hopping in on plays as they're up towards our top resistance line, up 300% as me as a mentor jumping in? That just leads a horrible example for you guys in the future because you guys think that's then okay to do in the future when 9 out of 10 plays you're going to lose on. But 1 out of 10, like a play like this, you're going to win on. So again, it's not the smartest thing to do to jump in on those, just dump those type of plays that just keep going, going, going. But I love what I'm seeing and I love the hype right here. So right here, CTIB just look at this. CTIB, new high of the day. Now it's all the way up to 340. Hey, there's the money target at least. Thank you, CTIB. Bada boom, I'll take it. And look at this play right now. So this play is still going. Who's still in on this play? Anyone want to be like, hey, you know what, Deck? I'm just absolutely killing it at this moment. There's your 340 mark, all the way up top, right? And this play is absolutely crushing it all the way up to that 340. And again, that's all by looking, right? That's all by looking at the previous what? The previous chart history of this play. This thing is destroying at this moment over on CTIB. It's just a stock that is 1 million in float. Way to kick off a 2020. Ow! First full week of the year. This is the volume we love. This is the volume we love to see. Right? Snakeskin Randy is back in town. 2020, baby. Snakeskin Randy pushing open those doors. Just saying, wow, 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 wow. So right now, we are seeing a very nice move all the way up to that 340 mark. And congrats to the people who got in on this play. Absolutely killed it. Again, we had our targets at the 200-day moving average to start, target all the way up to 340 right after that. So right now, we are seeing where's CTIB. Where's going to be that lovely bounce for us? CTIB's lovely bounce, I'm thinking 265-ish. 265, I think that's going to be that bounce. That's the bottom of this lower shadow before the big green candle. And then, so again, I'm thinking 260 to 265 will be the bounce play area. And I think that could be a nice area for us. If this stock does start, getting that big time drop, that's what we'd like to see. We want to see that pullback and that big time drop to be able to get filled, be able to make some money then. Right now, it's still building higher lows. Come on, give us that big pullback. Give us that big pullback. And that's just where I want to see this play. I want to see this play, drop on off, come back down. Let's see how low this thing could possibly go for us. Right now, we got a little bit of a drop, a little bit of a start. So again, I'm thinking CTIB, pullback bounce area. Pullback bounce area would be 265. So that's what I love to see right here. Great job, everyone, today. Great job. And again, this is how our whole year is going to be. We're going to be seeing awesome plays, and we're going to be nailing these plays. So I'm looking for that bounce now. That's where I'm looking for that bounce at. Came on down towards around the 280-ish mark a few times. I think, one strong red candle, we can definitely get filled. I'm not a type of player that likes to buy at the top, but I knew this was going to be that type of spike, right? That type of spike where it's like, oh, I was like, it's going to be one of those plays that it's just going to keep going, going, going. And it's going to be one of those where you kind of get frustrated that you're not in on it, but also you're going to be happy that, the market is so hot. So, it was one of those plays, and I knew exactly that was going to be coming. But, what I'm super happy about is, of course, the people that were able to make some nice profit on this play so far. And if you guys didn't yet, don't worry, right? There's definitely a lot more to come. What do we got here? Cal Kid, easy money, $220 starting the day. Zone, learning not to chase. Again, great job. What do we have here? Let me go over to Profits Chat. There we go. Over to Profits Chat. I'm like, what am I reading right now? We got TK. We have what? 330. David, $1,500. Alan, $1,800. Z06, $135 on the day. 49 Bravo posting his P&L right here as well. $2,104. BJ Watkins, $1,200. Percy Trades, $330. CT, $330. The Bengal, $400. Creeker, $320. Graham, $84. Taylor Trader, $390. David, $1,000. Oh my gosh, guys, crazy legs, $339. Joe, $900. El Padre, $225. Childish, $80. Roberts, quick $75. ESP, $281. Great work on today so far, guys. And guess what? CTIB is still pushing the limits. Look at this. It is still pushing the limits. Guys, CTIB, I know. All you want to do is pull the trigger. And if you pull the trigger, yes, you're probably going to be making money. And while you can do this today, you can chase the stock today and you can make money. Please just don't form a habit out of this. That's all I want. So, yes, if you pull the trigger right now, if you're chasing the play, yes, you are 100% chasing, but you will be making profit, right? For the people who did chase this play up 180, 200, 250%, did you make money? Yes. But please just don't make a habit out of it. Please just understand that this is definitely a one-time thing where you say to yourself, hey, I know I shouldn't really be chasing stocks up 200+% without any sort of red pullback. But at the same time, with the momentum, I'm just going to be making sure I market order in, market order out. I have no problem if you want to get into a play. I have no problem if you want to buy a stock as the stock's ripping and running with momentum. I have no problem if you guys are searching and want to play that number one top gainer. But I just want to make sure that you guys understand that you guys have a game plan behind it and know, again, the risks that there are. Because at some point today, there is going to be a boom pullback. And a lot of people are going to say, why is it, when I get in, the stock falls? We have to use our head still, right? The stock is currently up 334%. Right? So I'm super happy, super excited, not trying to take anything from that. I just want to make sure that you guys are being smart here and saying to yourself, hey, watch the pullback at some point because that's where a lot of traders are going to get caught up in and we'll be able to get in on a bounce play, right? How traders lose a lot of times in the stock market is not from days like today. People don't lose on days like today, right? People lose from after days like today, right? Think about that because everything works in their favor today, buying up 200, 300% coming out on top. But let's say they try to do that tomorrow, or maybe it works out tomorrow and they say, oh, wow, I figured out the stock market. And they try to do it on Wednesday or next week. Well, not a lot of 200% stocks are going to be able to stay on up, right? Most plays are going to dump on off. So, you can chase a little bit today, but don't form a habit out of it and make sure you have a tight stop loss and a good game plan behind it, right? So it's all about, just staying smart. And I say these things because I love you. All right. I say these things because I want you guys to be better every single day. So right here, CTIB just consolidating for a little bit at this moment. Stock is trying to hold on up at this time. And it is still moving. It is still grinding right now, which is doing absolutely awesome. And for the people who obviously are banking on this play, you guys 100% deserve the profits that you guys are making because you guys are crushing it. So right now the stock has around 350-ish support. We have not had that big crack yet. That big crack will come. And as I say, it doesn't matter if I am buying that stock. It doesn't matter if I buy that stock at uh 10 in the morning. It doesn't matter if I buy that stock at 9:30 in the morning or if I buy that stock when at 11 o'clock in the morning. Money's money. If you make your money first, that is absolutely awesome. If you guys don't make that money right away, that's okay as well, right? It takes time. So right now, I'm just waiting for that dump. I'm